Ghost of Tabor just had one of the biggest quality of life improvements since launch. Granted, it's only been a month since early access release, and there's still a lot of work to do, but damn, does this feel like a night and day difference since launch. So today I'll be covering all of the most important additions, changes, and fixes to Ghost of Tabor. So let's get right into it. There have been many optimizations in this latest update, specifically optimizations for the White House, as well as optimizing collisions, textures, and materials for better performance as well. They've also improved object culling distances, and for those who don't know that terminology, it means that they worked on how objects in game render in and out at a certain distance. For instance, when you're walking into this building and you see all of these items on the wall just kind of pop in. They've also added more cover to open areas and made the landscape easier to navigate as well, which is a very welcome addition because sometimes you could be running up a hill and just get stuck on some terrain that you feel like you can just walk over, so I'm glad to see that they adjust this. They've also moved some loot crates around so they are easier to loot, except for maybe this one and this one. Like, I'm not 7 feet, dog. Now here's some pretty big fixes that I thought were pretty noteworthy. So first off, they fixed the AI strafing super fast while shooting at you. And I'm so glad they fixed this because those dudes were like the Flash. Like, you would be moving left and right, you're trying to aim at them and they're still damn accurate. It was annoying, but I'm glad to see that's fixed. They also fixed not being able to hear shots from far distances, and you can finally put your guns in the second room. And it's much easier to place your guns on walls even while holding 2 items in your hand. And they have made fixes to backpacks vanishing in certain situations, which I haven't really seen any backpacks flying anywhere myself. But my buddy did encounter a bug where he killed somebody, took his backpack, and all the loot that the dead guy grabbed disappeared when my buddy got back to his safe house. And we also found a bug where we put our backpacks on the computer room table and we were just unable to grab anything from it. Now we're gonna get into the biggest improvements and changes of this patch, and I think these changes really change the dynamic of the game and how it feels to actually loot in Ghost of Tabor. So we're gonna start off with the big one in my opinion, and that is improved hand collisions, which makes looting interactions much easier. And guys, I can confirm this is true. Looting has never felt better in this game. I even did the loot crate test where your hand is right by your gun and you try to grab the loot crate, and it finally works. It doesn't grab your gun anymore, which is awesome. Now, it's not completely perfect. There have been instances where you can still grab your gun on accident, but it's just a way better experience, guys, I'm telling you. Like, before I used to have to put my gun to the side in order to loot a crate. And if you guys put down the game because the looting felt a little too janky, then I definitely would recommend coming back now. With this also brought improvements to handling items in backpacks, as you need to grab backpacks by the straps now. There are also sound effects for when you do place items in your backpack or remove them, which is a really nice touch. They also improve looting without stepping on desks and improve interaction and physics on armor storage lockers, which you can definitely tell. And one of the other big things is that you can now check how much ammo is in your magazine by simply shaking your controller. If your controller vibrates 3 times, then the mag is above 66%, 2 times if it's above 33%, 1 time if it's above 1%, and it won't vibrate at all if you have no ammo in the magazine. Which I know a lot of us were asking for a way to check our mag, and although it's a little weird at first to shake my mag, I actually really like the system as it makes you have to pay attention to those vibrations if you want to know how much ammo you actually have, which is going to make for some really intense firefights. And the game is really starting to feel more like a survival game as the loot spawn rate has been nerfed pretty significantly. I've noticed you can't go to 1 POI anymore and just fill your entire backpack, which is great in my opinion because I always thought there was just way too much loot on the map. And I think this is also going to push players to go to other different areas, especially the research lab, as that's an area with probably the most loot. So it's going to be interesting to see how this changes the dynamic of the player movement across the map. The devs at Combat Waffle Studios are doing an amazing job, and they're truly showing how early access should be done. Yes, there can be bugs that can ruin the experience, but these devs are very passionate about their project as they love to play their game too. These guys have been cranking out so many patches and fixes to the game. It's just dope to see that the devs really care about their game. And I'm really excited for the future of this game, and I can't wait to see what other features and mechanics we're going to be getting next. But that's gonna be it for me, guys. Thanks for coming out to watch the video. Tell me, how is the patch treating you guys? Are you liking the improvements? Do you feel a difference in looting? Let me know in the comments below, guys. Thanks again for coming out to watch the video. I'm Loaflord, and stay toasty out there.